Hey everyone, and welcome back to my kingdom. So, in the last episode, you should go check that out because you should. Um, but I would like to mention the thumbnail, and hopefully this works because this is being filmed before I edit and even post that video. The thumbnail. Um, so for a long time, YouTube has only allowed, I think it's like 2 MB of data for a thumbnail, and it has been a pain, especially for my kingdom and my Minecraft series. So hopefully that isn't a lie and it was true. So I can actually post a bigger thumbnail picture just because it'll look better. So yeah, in today's video, if you didn't see the last video, um, which I highly go recommend, because you get to find out that I have to move all this by hand because mods not fully updated. Yeah, I gotta move all this by hand and make it exactly the same because I don't have mods. So, step one is I'm gonna mirror this how I started it pretty much, and replace this whole bottom bit with stone. Just because that's a good start. Now, I could either follow top down, or I can follow front and around. Top down might actually be easier, but I'm gonna do follow around. Because, just because. So this should be the original connection, I think, for this 2. So that should be right here. I think what I did was that, if I remember correctly. 1, 2. But I actually ended up with a third, like this. I think that's how it is. If I can match it. How long actually is this? I'm literally going to have to use red wool because... Okay. So it's 8. 8 blocks. Either side. Well, not either side, but 3 blocks either side, total into 8. Yep, okay. That matches. So yeah, like I said, matching this is a pain because I don't have World Edit yet because it hasn't been updated. But you do best with what you got in the end. And so I've got 1, 2, 3, 1. God, this feels like the old building tutorials. Having to copy that if you've ever built something from like a building tutorial. Okay, the 3 and the L again. The L again. And then on the other side is a 2-fer. And then a 3-fer. Right in the adjacent corner. So a 2, and then a 3. And then what's in the far corner? Just a little hook. A hook. What I'll call that? I'll call that a hook. Alright, so that's mirrored. Okay. Following this, we got a 3-er. A 3. And a 2. And then get annoyed by my hair again. And then we got another 2. And then we got the 6-er. 5, 6. Then we got a 3, and then a 2 and a 2. So, or a 1 and a 1, technically. Okay. And then we fill it in. I know it's going to look really symmetrical, but it might kind of look like a butt. Kidding. Not really, but I am. I mean, I could make the river trickle in down on these, but... Okay. Starting back over here. We got the 3 fur. So then there's a 2 right on top of the 3, like that. And then right behind that, there's another 2. And in front of that, there's a 3. Then a 2. And then a 3 again, because I counted that. And then there's technically a 2 and a 1. So a 2 and then a 1. And then fill this in. See, this would be so much nicer if I had World Edit, but I don't right now. Okay. This one's going to get tricky, I think. So we are on the 4th layer. So 4. So start at this corner. We got a kind of a corner into a 3. And then we got a 5 out front. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leading on to a single corner. And then we got a 2 around. A 2 around. And then a 1. Right dead in the back. Okay. This probably ain't going to take as much time as I thought it was going to take. Alright. So this is 4. We're on to 5. So we got a 1. A 1. And then we drag it out to a 4. Drag it out to a 4. And then a 2. And then another 2, and then a 1. Right? Alright, and then fill that in. I don't have to fill it in, but I'm filling it in just because it'll make me know it is filled in. And because that's kind of how I built it. Okay. Alright, next level is kind of this level. So we have a 2 stacked right on top of that first one. Then a 2 again. With a space to a 3. And then a 1. And then fill in the back. And then we have a 3 and a 2. So the 2 goes right here. And then the 3 goes like right there. Completely mirroring side to side. I mean, it's not bad. It could be worse. I think once I do some of the top little portion, like bring this grass down and all that, yeah. And I gotta start figuring that out now. After I clear the weather. Because that's just annoying. So, I don't want it to be dirt, but I do want it to be dirt. And so I think the method I have to go with is, unfortunately, dragging this whole thing over again so that it kind of actually ends up connecting. And it's probably going to end up doing the same thing it did up top here. But it'll kind of end up spiking down. And right now I'm just going to leave that like that. Delete that. And I'm going to just fill this in so it's all 4 blocks. Because that seems to be the base height for Minecraft dirt. Is 4 blocks. From at least my experience. It's 4 blocks. Okay. And then what I guess I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of style it. Like that. And I might end up pulling out some more cliffs and stuff. Might break some in. Who knows? Hold on. Yeah, okay, that looks kind of good. Alright. So for this corner at least, this is done. If I could mirror that, that would be so much nicer. I mean, no, I can't rotate it because... Yeah. I mean, rightfully I should, like... I need to do that. I need to do more over here. And I gotta figure that out. Because it needs to look like cake frosting. Is kind of what I'm aiming, is what you need to aim for with this. I feel like this should be like a kind of twofer or something. Oh, okay. Honestly, it's starting to look good. I kind of want there to be like maybe a divot in here. So let's add like a divot. It'll look ugly while it's under construction. No, that's too much. This kingdom is supposed to have a little magical element to it. So I could get behind the fact that it's a little symmetrical, you know, king being the king as he is. The king being as he is, he does like a symmetry. Yeah, I'm the king. For this kingdom, at least. So, yeah. Have him in his symmetry. So yeah, honestly, I could pull this off. If I get behind, I can get behind this, maybe. So I will, yeah, just do that. I mean, it's kind of neat. It's ornate. I mean, could I do like that? Or is that too much? That's too much. So if I can, I want to pull this over and match it on the other side. So I got to find the 4. So it's like right here. Then it's like these 3 blocks, I think, is the, yeah. And I might put another one in, like, right in here somewhere or something. Not fully certain yet. So, how long am I getting to some of these? And honestly, I gotta count. Yeah, okay, there are some of these that have gotten pretty long. I think I'm gonna limit myself to, like, the 6. I think that's a good limit to have. And so, I think I'm limiting myself to 6. So, okay. Which is like this level right here. So I'm going to just mark this level from here to here, from a certain length. That way I can't say I go past it. I might go past it a little, but here and there. But for now, yeah. Because there's like almost maybe an 8er on the green. I'm literally looking at some photos of Green's mansion that I took, and I'm seeing 8 and whatnot. I don't know. I'm going to be pulling the top out yet here, I think. And it might end up actually connecting into the water in a different way with the waterfall. So it actually splits, kind of like I would like it to. I'm trying not to have any of them like really sharp angles. Like that. Yeah, because that doesn't look good. This is literally a Bob Ross would have used a way to describe it, and I can't seem to find that way. See if this works. Yeah, that might work. And honestly, that gets me to right here, which is my line. So honestly, I would repeat it from there, probably, because then I'd have to. I'll pull something out or something. I'm gonna pull something out of my hat, like the cat. But yeah, Bob Ross had like a saying, like, we don't make mistakes. I mean, the one I think of is we don't make mistakes, we make happy little accidents. Just to quote him. Quoting Bob Ross here. So that's where my headspace is. But I swear he might have said something about free-flowing art or something. I mean, literally, this game is an art form, in a sense. And one of the methods I think that I'll do next is I'll end up bringing, like, some of this stuff that I am building right now out. Because if not, then how are we supposed to have it match? Yeah, see, there's that. It kind of looks like an arch, which, honestly, that works. I mean, maybe I would like to say it like that, maybe, but I don't know. Right now, this works. So, yeah. Okay, back to the mirroring. So we got that little kind of upside down half plus that goes on. And that's where I'm going to stop right now. So I can fill in this. Because, yeah, this is going to be like one of these caves. A bat cave. It's going to be like a bat cave. It's not going to be the bat cave. It's going to be like a bat cave. It's going to be a cave, but it's more going to be like a lab, storage room, dungeon, stable. It's going to be a mixed bag of everything kind of missing from my kingdom currently. Okay, I gotta match the top quick here. There we go. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Rightfully, this is all like I'm counting the grass block as a dirt block, so I think it was like that. I should see 2 hanging out, and then a 1. Okay. And I should see a 2 underneath. And then I'm going to delete the next 3 blocks that have top blocks. 1, 2, 3. This is, I might just call this episode mirroring. Okay. So then we have a 2 and then a 3, I think. 2 and then a 3. Because this is literally mirroring. And then we got this L. We got an L, pretty much. An L. Which is just adding them 2 blocks. There. Okay. That looks good. Could have set fire to this, but... I mean... From where I was just a few minutes ago, it's looking good. I definitely think there's, like, stuff I could add. Like, I should add maybe more of these, like, little indents right here. On the, like, right in between. But I also would like to kind of have, like, a dungeon redstone door. Now, as for this, I think I gotta make it kind of float a little bit, maybe. And I hope I can get some inspiration for that. Probably not. But I gotta make it float somehow. I think this will be where I drop it down again, though. And kind of start to build up that last little bit of symmetry. So I could do like a waterfall on either side. And I think it needs to go out like 1 more block. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know yet. This is where I'm going to leave this bit for right now. Because I think I'm going to end up probably combining like these 4 quadrants into one. Like that little bit, this little trifecta into one. That drips down into like, kind of like 2 puddles either side. Which is kind of what I'm going for. So maybe it might be worth adding the water now. Oh, and I don't even think I have my resource pack on. Hold on. Yeah, I don't even have my resource pack on. I've been doing these past 2 episodes without my resource pack on. Ah. So, like, maybe I'll drop it down 1 block earlier. Kinda. And I kind of would like to give it like a little nose, maybe, or something. I don't know. I mean, honestly, right now, where this is going right now, kind of works. I mean, it's a little much. Like, I would probably like to cut off, like, these corners. But honestly, like, I'll cut off, like, them corners, maybe. That is a little much. But then, like, all this kind of works. I mean, it's not the way I intended it to work, but no. I mean, it works. And I mean, I can make something work with the waterfall, and everything. As for the nose, I mean, maybe not that extreme, but something like that would probably be where I'm headed, I think. And then I gotta do the cliff and everything, and then put the rest of the waterfall in. So I think right now I'm gonna leave it like this. This honestly kind of looks good. It's not as big as a cliff as I would like. Maybe I would do with like doing something like that, and then I can, drag this across and connect them two up at least like that, which helps, I think. Of course, I'm gonna still be putting a little bit out here yet. I mean, this will probably be what I work on in the next couple episodes, is do that little top section. But for now, it is honestly looking good. Like I say, I'll have to do like a kind of water little pond with slab stairs and mud bricks, just to kind of, make it all look nice. Make it all look like it's kind of trying to flow in there. And so I don't get these ugly little grass patches. Like, we intentionally blocked off the water coming out of the castle long enough to expand this out. And then, honestly, this is almost done. And then, of course, do a cave entrance. Like I say, maybe add a couple markers. You know what? I did this before when I was building the house for the first time. I don't know if I still have it, but I'm going to see if I can find it. I'm going to make a few notes. I want to see if I can make a few notes. I'm going to have to fix that. Do I have the signs? Okay, there's oak. I can make that work. Okay, so I still do need my world edit though. Like, I'm not deflecting. I need my world edit. Because if not, this is just gonna be, this would have been a nightmare. This would be a nightmare to do every time. I don't want to call them like cracks, but a divot. We're going with divot. Overhang. Caps lock got turned on. None of this is gonna be fancy. Like, normally I would write out a sign and whatnot. Like, I'm just literally throwing out. I'm gonna I'm gonna hang. I'm gonna do over. Yeah, just to finish this off. Just so it kind of, we got markings now. We know what we gotta do. Oh, yeah, hold on, there's one more. Door. Because spelled incompletely wrong, but, door. I might just make it a little divot or something. Kind of do like what I did on the inside of the castle. And I kind of want to do that actually on the front of the castle. And so maybe I'll do that in the next episode. But for now, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.